Good evening, hello everybody, and welcome to Angry Welshman Productions. I am the Angry Welshman, and tonight I'm joined by Sam
Hello.
for another virtual footplate run, and we are going to be driving some Austerity-isms. So we got a couple of them sitting in front of us. Let's introduce the engines before we do anything else. We've got, first of all, the famous 71515 Mech Navvies, which was running up in the northeast of England, I believe. Then it was preserved, and then it ended up at various places. And it's currently, I think it's waiting boiler work on the Pontypool-Blenavon Railway. And then we have
Ian.
in Peninfelli Railway colours. And Sam, this is one that you did. This is one Sam did earlier.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
It is. Literally, the stream was supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and we're messing around with child objects and bin files and all sorts to get this thing to work.
Yep.
So that went well. So,
We got there.
Sam,
Only a bit late.
what loco are we going to take?
Well, this all very much depends on, do you want brakes?
Well,
Not that I'm sure they'll do any good, but
yeah, we'll have brakes. Why not? Should we have some brakes?
if we want brakes, we want Ian. If we don't, we want Mech Navvies.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if the wagons are fitted.
I think they are. Let's
If
have-
they're fitted wagons,
Oh no, they're not. Nope, they're not fitted anyway. So
well, it doesn't matter then.
it makes no difference whatsoever what loco we take.
Do you want a clean cab?
Well, we can show everybody the cab. Let's click on Ian for a minute, because I don't think we've actually had a proper look at this reskin yet, have we?
I think we've seen it before. I'm not sure if we have had a proper look at it though.
Let's have a quick look at it before we get started. So this is the Peninfelli Railway livery, which Sam has created for Ian. This will be featuring in Over the Hills when it comes back. Included is nameplates and vacuum brake fittings. There was talk about him having a diesel ejector as well, but that didn't
Not
happen.
sorted that yet.
And also the cab is very much BLS standard, I believe. What do you think, Sam?
That was the inspiration. I wanted to go for a nice X-Works clean condition rather than filthy soot everywhere, cardboard condition.
So it looks pretty decent.
And if you go on the one view, it's all textured in that view as well.
Ah, now look at that. So I remember this loco was actually from 2013. It was one of the first pieces of DLC I actually bought.
Yeah, it's an old loco, but
It
it's
holds
still,
up.
in my opinion, still the best industrial loco in game.
I think it is one of the best. I think actually you're right. It's the best industrial. In fact, I would say it's up there as one of the best locos full stop in Train Sim.
Yeah,
So,
and this is the older version of it as well.
shall we get going?
Let's get going.
So Sam, do you want to fire for a bit and I'll drive?
Yeah, sure. Let's check if firing works.
Should do.
Doors open. Does coal go in?
Yes.
Do we need a tap or hold?
I think you just tap with this. One is the return to Maerdy one that you have to hold.
Right. So if I tap that again... Is that fire still going up?
Yes. Right, so Sam is fueling or coaling, shoveling, and we'll make a
Tell you what, I'll
move.
just shut the doors. That should stop it.
Yeah, that stopped.
Do we want some lamps on?
Yeah, go on then.
Has that stuck one on the rear? It has. How about that?
I'll turn the blower off for now. suppose we ought to go National Coalboard style and run along the track to check the points are set, which they don't have handles, so that's good.
The handles might appear once you've changed them, or they might just...
It's this weird thing, isn't it?
Joys of train sim.
Alright, so the plan tonight, chaps, is we are going to be doing some shunting at Maerdy Colliery. And I believe that the gradients here are pretty hefty.
He says, going on to a pretty hefty gradient.
What's the gradient? 1 in 46. Wonder if the handbrake works.
Yeah, more or less.
I think I just switched the points the wrong way there. Oh, that's fine. So what road are we actually going to go down onto? Are we going to try... Oh, we need to go to the back first of all, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to go there.
Unless we need to go on the front to pull them up and then run around them. How much room have we got at the top? Me and Rhys have done a lot of preparation for this live stream, by the way, guys. It took us hours and hours to decide what we were doing and get the scenario set up. We definitely didn't just have a discussion this morning and go, oh dear, we're live streaming, and we completely forgot.
Maybe.
And we definitely haven't just jumped in like half an hour beforehand to try and get Ian working. And we definitely know exactly what we're planning to do.
Is Maerdy Monster in the game? Nope, unfortunately not.
There really isn't much choice in the way of industrial in the game. Diesel or steam.
Talking of industrial, we have an announcement or two today, don't we?
We do. Well, you do.
So, some of you who are following me on Facebook or on YouTube have seen that I've commissioned Chris of Caledonia Works to make 813. So, I don't expect it anytime soon, it'll be quite a while. But, yeah. What's that noise?
I believe that's the injector not working.
Oh, is it? Do you need to run the trimmers on this then?
We might do.
So I've just
is that
realised...
water still going down?
Yes, it is.
Right, let's try Shift L.
So Sam, I've just realised something, that we're going to be trying to push a lot of 21-ton minerals up that hill.
Yeah, and I think there is room at the top for us to actually run round.
So we probably should go to the front then, should we?
We probably should. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have prepared in advance, and we know exactly what we're doing.
We're going totally National Coalboard style.
We don't know where we're going, we got no way of knowing.
So for those of you who haven't bought the J94s or the Austerities, well, one, are you living in a cave? Because, you know, they've been out for quite a long time, haven't they? You know?
Well, they've been out a very long time, in terms of train sim at least, but even so, they are, like we said, very good locos. They've aged very well.
And I believe they're exceptionally easy in terms of reskinning, aren't they?
Yeah, it's, in fact, the first loco I actually reskinned for train sim was a J94, an Austerity. So yeah, they are a good one for reskinning. And of course, the beautiful thing about the Austerities is there was that many varieties of liveries for them. There's an almost endless amount of reskins you can do.
I have wanted to get reskinning for quite a while.
Yeah, I still need to do a tutorial with you, don't I?
Yeah.
Maybe that can be the Brasso can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So we're going to set back onto these 21 tonners.
Once we've coupled on and we're in the cab, can I have the Fiddle Willy injectors?
Yeah. Oh, to be honest, with the length of the route that we've got and the weights that we're going to be pulling, I don't anticipate doing much firing or injecting while you're on the run.
Yeah, me neither. I just want to check how they actually work on this because it's been that long I've forgotten.
I'm trying to use the handbrake.
Yeah.
Clunk.
Not bad, Rhys. Not bad.
You know, considering that was my first ever attempt at stopping on a train, well,
to be fair, I think you
rolling.
you stopped in the right spot at least. So now we're going to have to do a real NCB anti-safety moment.
What, couple up on the move?
Yep.
Come on.
It's fine, we'll claim we're using the hook on the stick method.
Come on. Come back. Come to daddy. Right.
Got it.
We got them. So, how many wagons have we actually got on this rake here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6...
I lost count.
20.
20.
21 tonners. Do you think that we can manage it?
Well, I think if we stick the reg in the roof, then yeah, sure, why not? Let's give it a go. Right, let me just have a look here while we're in the cabin.
You have the mouse. I'm going to wait until you're ready, so you're going to have to start getting the engine ready for an ascent of the hill.
That's the water. Right, so it is just a tap for that. And that should be injecting now. Which it is. So if I tap that again and I do Shift L, that'll do that. If I do that and I tap R.
Northern Soul Express says that's 420 tons in total. We should probably mention that these are empty wagons. I think 21 tons, that means the load when they were full of coal, wasn't it?
I'm not actually sure on that one, to be honest. I would assume so.
I believe it was when they were full. So these are empties. So in theory, they shouldn't weigh 420 tons. However, train sim being train sim, you never know.
Right, Rhys, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
Nope.
No? I'm going to stick the blower through the roof then.
We don't need it that high. We're doing alright for boiler pressure.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yep.
Come on, Ian. Let's do it. Oh, that sounds... Just listen to the chuff. It sounds heavy.
Yep. But this is what I like about industrial engines. You can properly work an industrial engine even over a short amount of line. Which is why I think they're so well suited for heritage lines, because if you try working an express engine on a heritage line, it's hardly doing anything. But an industrial, you can rag the hell out of it, and it'll be just happy.
So we're set, the road is set all the way to the top, Sam.
Lovely jubbler. Yeah, and just looking up there, you can see Mech Navvies in the background, which really goes to show just how much of a gradient there is here.
Yeah. I don't think we'll be doing much more than about this sort of speed. We're already
if
losing.
We make it at all.
To be honest, looking at the boiler pressure, we may struggle.
Are you still on 75% reg?
No.
Ah, right.
But I am increasing.
I can't actually see the boiler pressure. Ah, there we can. Yeah, okay. Well,
that's everything we've got.
Let's stick some rock on and hope for the best.
she wants to notch up, so I'm going to ease back on the reg slightly.
Yeah, about 7.4 or 74% reg OB. It's a weird one, this, because I think you've got to shut off steam to notch the reverser back.
You do.
Also, if anyone does have the austerities and knows what the ideal fire mass is, that would be helpful to know.
Unfortunately, it looks like this is defeating us.
We did take the handbrake off, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Totally not double checking. Yes, we did. Yep.
Well, to be fair, we are on a 1 in 29, which is it's a fair old hill.
It's a hefty gradient.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, it's up to you to rebuild the fire now. I'll let her roll back down.
That fire should be rebuilding itself.
Okay, that's the handbrake on. Dump the brakes. Okay, apply all handbrakes. Probably should have set some brakes before we started going downhill. Okay, she's holding.
Well, it's good to show that we're as competent as the NCB.
Yeah? So to be honest, I think we would have been running after the train trying to drop handbrakes on the wagons by now, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's basically everything we've got. That's all the braking force that we have. I literally can't do anything else.
You know, it's funny because I think it's probably a good job we didn't make it up there then, because we wouldn't have been able to stop going back down.
Well, no, we only got to, what was it, about 16 miles an hour then?
Yeah.
If we'd have gone any higher, it would have been more out of control.
Yep. And we would have had heavier wagons. Not that train sim physics actually accounts for that, but...
No. Right, I think we'll take 10. We'll take the load in half. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And take the handbrake off the loco. Right then.
What's his water level at there?
0.62.
Yeah, we can stick some water in.
It's nice to actually try and do something like shunting, because Sam was saying this earlier, all the virtual footplate runs that we've ever done, we're all doing... What's it called? We're always doing like passenger runs or long haul challenges.
Yeah, we've not really had a go with anything where we've actually got to keep stopping and starting the loco. It's always just been, right, open it up, let it run, and that's it. Right, I think that's enough water level. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how much coal I need to stick in this thing.
No, I think it's overfired though. 125 is too much.
Well, we'll find out.
I'll just stick the blower on, get it burning.
Oiler pressure's going up, so can't be too bad.
Yeah, we'll be blowing off before long, so... Should we try it? It's 0.8.
Yeah, we've got enough water in that. I should have knocked the injectors off now.
We're still making steam.
Yeah. Yeah, lows are turned off, so Let's try again.
Might even be able to notch up. I tell you what, if I get her rolling quicker
Yep.
on the flat, I can get her notched up on the flat.
Yeah.
Right. Notch up. Right, so that's 33% cut off. We're not on the heavy gradient yet. It's 1 in 75. She's still lifting.
God, this hill is just absolutely mental.
This
I
hill
love
is a
it.
killer.
It's brilliant.
So now we should be coming on to the 1 in 29. There it
Yeah,
is.
and we are losing boiler pressure now, but nothing I can do about it. Just have to let it burn through.
And we are losing speed as well.
Well, the boiler pressure is not actually going down that quickly.
I might have been better sticking at 66% cut off.
Just tap E.
Yeah, that'll lock it to 100.
If you just tap it, you
Oh.
should. There you go. You've caught it.
Oh, there we go.
There you are.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, you've got to be quick with it. You've just got to tap it enough so that it catches it on the notch. Just look at that hill there.
I know, it's crazy.
You know, we'll have to do this again when we've got Nunlow and 813 in game.
Oh, I tell you what, that would be amazing. So we're finally going to have some more proper industrials in the game.
Yeah,
We'll have Nunlow, we'll have 813 and the Austerity.
yeah. At the moment, the only other two I can think of is Chris's Man in Mordo thing, which isn't really a proper industrial. But there's, I think Donington Reskins did a reskin pack of it, so it is a fair one to use, but that's really more of a shunter rather than a proper loco hauler.
Oh, we're running out of steam.
Yeah, but we're almost there.
There's the Colliery, the pit head and the washery building. The loading hoppers. Isn't there an Andrew Barclay in the game? There is a free one.
Yeah, there are a few other industrials in game, but I'm talking about payware ones or higher quality ones.
Welshman 2008 is saying about 9681. That was Pannier Tank, which was based here at Maerdy, I think.
Hey, yeah, we could have taken a pannier tank.
Yeah. Well, running out of steam and less than half the water in the boiler.
We're on the flat, it's fine, we're on the flat.
Are we going to run round before we fill her up?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just get all the wagons on the flat. So this is the washery building. I'm not sure exactly where these hoppers are. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Can you see it there? That's the
Yep.
hopper. Those are the hoppers. So we'll have a good look at them now when we run round. Just stick all the handbrakes on. I do you want to sort your fire out, or are you alright a minute?
I honestly don't know what the fire mass is supposed to be.
Well, it's 1149 right now.
Yeah, I know that much, but I don't know if it's supposed to be more or less, or... I'm just injecting at the moment anyway.
Alright, I'll run
We
over.
won't need, we won't need much steam for shunting.
Well,
Apparently 1,000 is about right, so I want to let it come down a bit yet. Do you know what I like about the injectors on this? Well, the water gauges.
What's that?
You can actually see the water gauges going up.
Oh yeah, that's right, you can actually see it move.
And you can actually see the water in them, unlike a lot of locos where it's sort of the same colour as the glass.
Yeah. I tell you what, for an engine, for a piece of DLC that was made in 2013, almost 10 years ago for this game, I think
Still holds its ground.
it holds its ground as one of the best Steam locos even now.
Yep. And we are driving the old version of it as well, not the new version of it.
Oh yeah, there's a new one, isn't there?
Yeah, which I think that adds a few more animations and stuff to it. So I think the reversal linkage on the new version is properly hooked up and that.
I would love to see a brand new version of this.
Would be interesting, wouldn't it?
I would love to see Meshtools come back and actually do some more DLC.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they stopped. The Super Team was unbelievably good.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think Meshtools were 2 people, I think, wasn't it? And hasn't one of them gone on to work for a year in Shanghai or something? And the other one helped out BMG with his locos, with the scripting. I certainly know that if you have a look around the files for the BMG locos, there's a lot of Meshtools stuff in there.
Yeah. Well, you're at 92% boiler water.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like, even looking at the loco, the animated valve gear
Yep.
for a loco from 2013.
I think this must have been one of the first ones to have it.
Oh, easy. I think they set the standard of
Advanced locos.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, now this mine as well is, if we had proper train sim multiplayer, you imagine how
Oh, it's
fun,
so good.
how much fun it would be to have a server where we're playing like this, but like on separate trains.
Oh, it'd be so good, wouldn't it? You could have someone constantly shunting, someone just working the branch. You could do all sorts with it, it'd be so good.
I mean, I'd have like 5 industrials working the mine, but to and from the sidings, so you could have you'd have a dispatcher and everything, and sig blocks or token working, because when this mine was up and running in its heyday, I bet it would have been, probably 6 or 7 engines running, wouldn't it?
Oh, there'd have been a fair bit going at once. You'd have probably had a handful of locos that will have just been on shunting duties. The branch line, you probably have maybe 2 or 3 engines working that.
Well, I think it was BR or Great Western run up until the station, because just by where the yard is, there was a station there, and the Great Western ran up to that.
Yeah, oh no, I can't really speak for this, but I know at Herb Cement Works they had 4 locos there. They had one which worked in the quarry, they had one which just did all the shunting, and then they had 2 which did the branch line.
It looks like we're heading off down the valley, Sam. Stop! Stop! Note to self, even light engine, the brakes are crap. I had to use, like, full ahead on the engine to get any breakage as well.
Yeah.
Right. This vacuum doesn't work.
Well, that's because we aren't really hooked up to anything.
Oh, it's not loco fitted as well, is it? It's just a stock.
Well, it is loco fitted, but the way a vacuum grate works is it's a lot more effective when you use it with a load of wagons or coaches behind you.
Yeah. No, I
Just
mean, I
trying
thought
to
that the
use-
loco itself had... yeah, there's no steam brake in this. Oh, there is a steam brake.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, I completely forgot there was a steam brake.
Yeah, and you're probably actually going to be better off using that.
Yeah. Right, let's turn that off because that annoys me.
Yeah, and it drains the boiler pressure.
I completely forgot about the steam brake. I see what Welshman 2008 did there. He said vacuum sucks. See?
Pun of the stream goes too.
I know, right? Is this... Oh god, yeah, this is 1 in 41 gradient, so pretty hefty here as well, Sam.
Yep.
Although
No,
we
I
don't...
think
Oh, we're actually...
I might want to inject, but I'm thinking I'll wait till we're on the flat.
Why are we running out of steam?
It's a good question.
Are we using steam somehow? I don't know what...
Yeah, you have the regulator open.
Yeah, only slightly. No, it shouldn't be draining.
The blower were completely switched off.
Ah. So we need some blower, do we?
Yeah, you always leave it cracked open a bit.
Okay. So chaps, the next part of this magnificent light... Sam's playing with the whistle. But yeah, the dampers are open, I think.
Yeah, I opened both of them. But I don't know what the fire mass is supposed to be, so...
No.
I could be massively underfiring, I could be massively overfiring.
Boiler's half, 0.6. It's alright because all we're going to be doing is loading some wagons, so we don't need a whole lot of steam just yet.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about running out of coal, though.
Oh, because we're at a coal mine.
Hey, good in it.
Aye. Ironically being that of all the places some shed masters on the privately owned coal mines did actually be really anal about the coal that they would use. Which you think when you're producing about 1 million tons a year, you know, per mine, would you really be so stingy?
Probably.
Knowing the colliers of the year.
Yeah. Well, it won't call black gold for nothing, were it? You won't go giving away normal gold.
No. Right, let's see if I can actually stop in the right place without destroying the wagons.
Gently does it, gently does it, gently does it. Full steam ahead.
Dunk.
That's the wagons then.
Well, they keep rolling away. Come back. I think we're hooked up. Yes, we are.
We're hooked up.
Alright, so you're injecting. I think we need to push forward a little bit.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I gotta take the handbrakes off. At least I remembered that time.
That's true. Are we going to start by the loco and work back?
Yeah.
Right.
Jesus Christ, what just happened? Someone... Did you open the reg?
Nope.
The reg just went to 100.
Yeah, I was closing the injector, but did you by any chance press A?
I suppose.
I was pressing shift, so it could have done shift A.
Well, I just tried it then. Didn't do nothing.
I don't know then.
So we go get... It's a bit difficult to see in this tunnel, or underneath this thing.
This is going to be the fun bit.
Well, boiler pressure's coming back.
Yeah, I think I'll try and keep it around about 1,000 then. Unless anyone in the stream knows otherwise.
Right, that should be sufficient. So let's see if we can see
One
any...
way to find out.
Press T. Hey, coal!
We have coal! Coal, glorious coal.
21.5 tons, please.
Clonk, 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 clonk. Tell you what I would like to see.
What's that?
Now we have more modern wagons and the like. I'd like to see car wagons like this, or gravel wagons and the like, where they've got a 3D loading.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Caledonia Works does with our tender coal.
Yeah, I'd like to see advanced wagons. I think
Yeah.
AP has sort of started doing it.
Yeah.
And under the chute.
Yeah, I think £1,000 seems to be about right for the fire.
Yeah, because we're about to start blowing off again.
Yeah, I'm going to turn that blower off completely. And I'm going to let the fire die down, and I'll try and get it up to 1,000 or so before we go back up the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're going to load these wagons, which is going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, and I don't really want us completely blowing off the whole time.
It's a shame there's no sound effects for this.
Yeah. It's something I'd like to see. I'd like to see someone have a go at making more industrial routes, and I think collieries would be a good choice for it. But you know, just short branch lines, but with a lot of sidings, so you can have some playability to them, like you've got here. You know, like interactive loading and unloading with trucks, for example.
I mean, I'd love to see... I mean, Train Sim World should be able to do it. Was, you know, like if you had a steam route, you know, like
Yeah.
you're going along with, say... Oh god, we're blowing off.
Hang on a minute.
Do you want to go back in the cab, or you alright?
Nah, it's alright.
But like, if you were on a steam route with a steam loco and say, you know, like a milk van and a short passenger train, one of the side tasks could be loading or unloading milk churns, or bags of mail, chickens, pigeons, just all sorts of silly things like that. But instead of like putting railway posters up like it seems to be, make it a bit more in theme.
Yeah. Apparently 1,100 is the ideal fire mass. Thank you for that, Will Russell.
Ah. That's useful information.
That's very useful information. See, this is an issue you don't have in real life with an engine. Every engine fires differently, but you don't have to go look for the fire mass. You just look at the fire and go, yeah, that's about right.
Well, you know, because... Oh, are you still injecting?
I shouldn't be.
Boiler's full now. But
Yep.
it looks like you've stopped injecting, so that should be alright. We are going to see more industrial railways in future live streams. You know, as more industrial locos come out, especially like Andrew Barclay's, Hunslet's, Hudswell Clark's, all the locos that we've commissioned, Nunlow and 813.
Yeah, I know with both of our commissions, I think we've asked to include industrial variants as well, haven't we?
Yes.
I know mine is not just for Nunlow, but for Nunlow and the other two preserved members of the class, so it's at least 3 locos. One of which is an NCB loco. Nunlow is a cement works loco, which is kind of a quarry loco. And I'm not sure what the other one actually worked as. I'm not sure what place Jennifer worked, but either way, you've got 3 different industrials from a variety of roles there. And then Rhys has got 813 commissioned, which has got the Great Western version, the NCB version, and the Port Talbot version.
Yeah, there was Port Talbot variants. Well, I'd say variants, but that's the company that actually built the... Well, yeah,
commissioned them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to find out a bit more about the history, because I know some of those engines actually ended up going to Uruguay.
Oh, right.
When they were withdrawn from the Great Western in the 30s, there was a whole bunch of them sold to Robert Stephenson and Hawthorn, where they were then sold off to different mines, and that's how 813 ended up at Backworth Colliery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a picture somewhere of one of her sisters being loaded onto a ship at Newport Docks and being taken to Uruguay.
Yeah, nice.
It did sort of make me think, I wonder if one of her sisters ever survived in Uruguay. It could be like one of those rare finds, you know, like a bit like one of the Linton and Barnstable logos that ended up in Brazil, you know, found in the desert or in the jungle somewhere, hidden away.
Yeah, I know. There's like there's a 16-inch Hunslet on. I think it's a 16-inch Hunslet. There's like one of them preserved in Australia somewhere.
Is there?
Yeah. There is actually a surprising amount of British locos preserved abroad. Not necessarily restored, but preserved.
Yeah, there's somewhere in South America. There's like in the desert. There's just like a railway graveyard, and it's just about 20 steam locos just basically sat in a couple of sidings. But
yeah,
most of them were built in Leeds.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a shame. It's becoming quite an attraction for tourists, you know, the railway graveyard.
Yeah. But I know that Hunslet's and Hudswell Clark built a lot of engines for export. But I know that North British did quite a lot of engines for export as well. And quite a lot of the North British ones are still around. They built some for the main lines in New Zealand. They built some of the R classes for Victorian railways in Australia. So yeah, there's a fair bit. But of course this is going back to a time where Britain were pioneers in the railway world, and you know, railways was very much a British design that was exported and sold to the world. That were the pioneers in the field at the time.
I know in Spain, it's either Spain or Portugal, there's actually a couple of broad gauge Andrew Barclays.
Yeah.
And when I say broad gauge, I mean it's like 5'3" or something. It's not proper broad gauge.
Yeah. Well, not much is proper broad gauge, is it?
No.
broad gauge is generally a 5 foot summit instead of 4'8.5". I think the Great Western were the only ones stupid enough to go, let's have 7 foot.
Yeah. Intuitive, I would call it.
Yeah, I said that to trigger you.
I know. I'm trying not to be triggered. King Ori says, is it the Richmond Vale that has the RODs? Yeah. They also have the... what are they called?
10 class.
The 282s.
Yeah, the 10 class, which are massive industrial tank engines, and I absolutely love those things.
They are brilliant.
It's the fact that they're so huge, but they still look and feel like industrial engines.
Yeah. They are pretty epic machines. Do you know, I had... if I ever won the lottery, and I won shitloads of money, do you know what I'd do?
Buy a railway, buy lots of trains.
Yes, but I've got a very specific plan for it.
Go on.
So I would buy from either Network Rail or the Vale of Glamorgan Council, I don't know who owns the track bed, I would buy the railway from Barry Island to Cardiff Central. So all the track beds, sidings, signals, everything, stations, or you name it, buy the whole lot. And I would establish a new motive power depot at Barry in the engine shed, because that's more or less still there. I'd build a new turntable, and I would go to Australia, and there's the 282 tanks.
Yeah.
I would buy all the ones at that museum. The ones
that
they're not doing anything with them.
I was going to say, it's interesting you say that, because that is the only class of loco that I know of. It might not be the only one, but it's the only one I know of where every single member of the class that was ever built has survived.
Yeah.
But not all of them have been restored, so there are ones there that could be done up.
Well, I would buy those. I'd buy a fleet of them, so like 5 or 6 engines, restore them all to mint, brand new BLS style condition, and possibly, apparently there is a turntable in Barry. I did not know that. I'm going to look on Google Maps later, because I have no idea where that is. Is it the one that's in bits? If it's the one that's in bits, then yeah, it doesn't really count that there's a turntable in Barry, does it?
Well, there's most of a turntable in Barry.
What I would also do is consider, with these engines, trialling LPG firing.
Oh.
That's something which I would consider. The other thing I do is buy a few S160s from, where is it, in Greece. There's a whole bunch of them in Greece that are just stored. So they're
So we've got Rhys's Barry Foreign Railway.
Pretty much, yeah. The Barry Railway, but essentially just foreign run.
Rhys's British Exports run Barry Railway. It's not really catchy, is it?
No. We need a better name. But I think it's an epic idea, because I think that's the way forward for preserved railways. Is you're never gonna get a brand new preserved railway nowadays, because the environmental things that are gonna come from it is just gonna be too much.
Yeah.
I think if there are any new heritage railways that come up, these will be the last ones that get set up. I can't see any new ones coming.
To be honest, I think heritage railways are going to struggle. I think they're probably on the way out. And before I get everyone going, oh, that's really negative and la-di-da-di-da, it's a combination of multiple factors, and I think we're going to go through in the next 20 years or so a very difficult period for heritage railways, where only the strongest will survive.
Yeah, we've had this conversation a few times, haven't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said before...
volunteer issues.
Volunteer labour is going to be a problem.
Volunteer issues is going to be a problem. Coal is going to be a problem. Environmental issues are going to be a problem. And maintaining enough interest to keep it profitable is going to be an issue.
We might have a problem.
You can't brake.
We're on the hefty gradient and we're still speeding up.
Yeah.
Well, we're actually holding right now.
Ah, that's alright then. Legwig's got a name for you. Reese's Pieces Railway.
The Reese's Pieces Railway product. I'm trying not to brake too much because she is actually holding these wagons on the steam brake, funnily enough.
Yeah, there we go.
So, I'm actually pleasantly surprised she's actually holding.
Is she a she or is she a he?
She is a he.
He, she is a he. Jonathan Laws has another good name for you. Reese's Derailed Railway.
Ah,
I like that one, it's catchy.
there won't be no derailments on my Barry Railway. Reese's Barry Railway.
Reese's oh god.
Yes, and it's got to be said in the style of Barry.
Barry!
Reese's Barry Railway. Yeah,
Reese Opens, Barry Scrapyard and other stories.
the thing is, like, I drive through the site of where Barry Scrapyard was every day on the way to work, and
Yeah.
every now and then you can just see, because I've seen so many pictures of the site. You know, you're driving along and then you just see something from a famous photo of Barry. So, like, it can be the row of houses, or the hill, or the dockyard, or the pump house. There's these
And-
odd few things. There's these odd few buildings that are still there, you know, but
Yeah.
the rest of it has just been bulldozed.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying we're going to start running away, Sam.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think we are.
No, we're
But
not.
we are, but I think we won't pick up too much speed and we'll hold it when we get back on the flat.
Well, the steam brake is on and she's holding at 12.6, and I think this is the steepest part.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's be honest, people don't have faith in us, do they?
No.
And
People of the
let's
live
be
streams
honest,
do not have faith in our ability.
they don't, and it's mostly for good reason, but
Mostly.
it's not like we're not competent, it's like we're negligent. And there is a-
Incompetence and negligence is different. Yeah, there's difference between the two, isn't there?
There is, we know what we're doing, we just don't pay enough attention.
Alright, you might want to...
Have I actually got any water?
Yeah, the boiler's full. I was just thinking we might want to start bringing the boiler, the pressure round. Or the fire round, rather.
Well, I'll wait till we stop and I'll dump a load of coal on.
Chuck a load of rock in.
I'm gonna fire it industrial method instead of proper method.
Yes.
But at least I'm not gonna fire it like Nunlow was fired when she were at Herb Cement Works, which was like a ship boiler.
But it
Which you
worked
might
really
not
well,
know about.
didn't it work really well?
Yeah, I think she went through a new firebox every 5 years or so.
Oh, good God.
Moral of the story? When you fire in a steam engine, you need to fire it over the whole grate, not just fire half of the grate and then swap to fire in the other half.
IDK13 doesn't have faith in me. I'm offended.
When have we ever failed before?
Never.
Never, exactly. We delete those live streams from the
Yeah,
archive.
exactly. They get deleted straight away. Now, I have a question for you, Sam.
Yep,
For the next leg, we're going to push the other 10 wagons up the hill.
yep.
Should we push them, or are we going to pull them up?
Do you want to have a go at pushing them?
I think we could try it, since we're at this end anyway.
Let's give it a go. Joe Light Railway, yes, there is a Class 37 there. That's what's going to take all the stuff down the line when we're done with it.
If you're lucky, we might even have a little ride in it later.
If we can be bothered and we don't crash and burn everything first.
I love that sound.
Right, so if we're going on the back, I should probably stick some rock on.
Yep.
Hey, I didn't even have to press R, it's doing it on its own.
Oh yeah, I think with this one, if you hold R, it puts the firing rate up full, and then you either shut the doors or open the doors, and whenever you open the doors, it starts shoveling.
Ah, nice.
I think. I'm not 100%. Approaching Service 5. The Advanced Armstrong Powerhouse Class 37 Diesel. Yeah, this is the site of the old Maerdy station, Sam.
Ah, right.
But obviously in this route, it was already bulldozed by this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to have a chat with Jared. If I can persuade him to do a route, I'll do a load of reskins for it. You know, coach, wagons, locos.
Well, I'd say come up with a route, but have some like internal work.
That's my plan. I'll do some like NCB coach reskins, and instead of like nice, properly made platforms, we'll have like the wooden temporary ones. Yeah, I like everything. I need to do some research into it, but I'd like to have a go at that.
That would be pretty cool.
A nice fictional NCB route, but one with a lot of playability on it.
Off we go.
Yeah, my firing method here is, it's a bit like what we do with Nunlow when we're doing break van rides. You just check on the fire every now and then to make sure it's not gone out, and then when you need to move, you just chuck a load of shovelfuls on.
I remember once I did a fire intern on Mech Navvies. It was actually not long after she arrived at Blanavon, but there was a problem with the smoke in the smoke box. They put concrete in the bottom of the smoke box. To seal the top of the steam chest to make the seal. But there was a problem with the concrete and it had burst, so it wasn't forming seal, so it was like making a really weird whistling noise.
Right.
But it was right at the end of a steam turn, and they wouldn't let me shovel the fire out. And I was like, well, I've either got to shovel the fire out and dispose the loco, or I got to put some more coal on because the fire is about to go out.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we need her in steam. And I was like, well, you're going to have to let me do something.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let me do anything, and then we had to blow steam, and it was too late. The fire had already gone out. I was like, well, that's that then.
Yep.
And perfect buffering up from yours truly.
Again?
Not going to lie, that was quite good. So, I'll let Sam bring the fire round.
That should be bringing itself round about now.
Although it does seem from the blowing off that we're pretty set. So let's just check the
Joe,
points.
like though, you keep asking about if we can drive various locos. We would love to, but unfortunately almost everyone you've suggested doesn't exist in game yet, and as far as I'm aware, is not planned to be made.
0.84. I think every live stream he asks about a different logo that doesn't exist in Train Sim.
Yeah. King Ori, how many industrial locos are in the plan for CW? As far as I know, only the ones that me and Rhys have commissioned. There's a few other ones that were made by various pre-grouping railway companies that made it into industrial use, which you could count, but they weren't made specifically for industrials.
And just topping up the water a little bit.
Right.
Do you want to drive this one?
Nah, it's alright, I'll let you.
I'm just whacking the water right up till the to the top there.
Yeah. I'll overfire a little bit. I should keep it about right.
Right, we're more or less set, I think.
Are we ready? Nope. Right, we're ready.
Stick the
I think
blower
we
on.
used to get the pressure gauges for this.
Did you?
I think so.
Oh yeah, they got BR standard vacuum. This probably should take the brakes off again.
Yeah, it does help. Hey Rhys, I think we've got some steam.
I think so. So this is going to be interesting to see if she can... What's the difference between pulling and pushing?
Well, the main difference is we're much more likely to derail by pushing.
Yeah, there is that. Especially at higher speeds.
Yep. Which is the reason why tender engines aren't allowed to run fast backwards.
Tender engines can't shunt. Come on, Ian. Second round. Navs Media Productions, this is Return to Maerdy. Second valve.
Just full reg it.
Power.
Reg in the roof and pray. Pray to the gods of hills.
Chuffing so hard you could see it 3 valleys away.
Ah, that's the industrial way.
You know, the route looks pretty decent as well, I think.
Ah, it's not bad for the age.
It's a little bit dated. It does need a bit of an update.
Yeah, but look how much 3D grass they've got everywhere. If you replace that stuff with a VP grass pack...
Hey, that's a good idea.
You know, if you did that, that'd make it look like a new route straight away.
That would be quite a decent idea, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's... I mean, when you think most of the routes coming out at the same time as this had virtually no scenery on the grass at all. The grass was just flat and plain and that were it.
Yeah. Well, we've been making a steady 15 miles an hour up this section, Sam.
Which, it's killing my beautifully made boiler pressure, but I think that's about the max you get out of like reverser settings, so...
Yeah, I probably could notch up a bit, but yeah.
You probably want... the problem is if you notch back now, you'd probably lose the speed.
We'd get shafted if I notched up, so... This is what I mean, is I'd love to see a newer version of this. Just take the principles that it already has, and you can just fine-tune it.
Yeah. So instead of only having like 2 notches for your reverser, you've got more.
Yeah. Yes, I reset the crossover.
But yeah, I know what you mean about multiplayer, because you could have one player running wagons up and down, you could have another one just shunting them and filling them up.
Here's a good question, I'm not entirely sure how the operations would have worked. Would a loco have just done this on their own? Or would one be running shuttles, like back and forth, or what?
I honestly don't know myself. I could hazard a guess in which I would say you would have one that'd be doing, at least one that'd be doing shunting. And one that'd be running the line, but I couldn't really tell.
I mean, I kind of got the impression you'd have had, say, because there's what 4 or 5 rows under the loading point, so you can load 5 separate trips. Well, actually 6, looking at that.
Yeah.
You know.
You could load 6 at once, but I don't think you would actually load 6 at once.
No, I'm not sure how it would work in real life, but
yeah.
Right, let's see if I can stop her under the loader. Nope, the answer is no, I can't.
Well, while we're here, we've made it up the hill and we've only used half of the water, so I'm going to top her up again.
Leg Dig says it guesses they trade who goes up the hill so the engine has chance to come round. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it is double tracked, so theoretically you could have 2 locos doing the same job at the same time.
I mean, what I thought they'd have been doing is, like, say, you know, we're choosing, 10 wagons each run. So if you had 6 locos, you get 6 locos pulling 10 wagons, and then one comes up the hill and goes under a loader and runs round. Once they've run round, the second one comes up, then the loco run round, and then the third one comes up, by which point the first one might be ready to go back down, or something like that.
Yeah, see, we could do that. Like I said, I would have guessed you'd have had like a loco doing all the marshalling at the bottom, or a couple of them. So I'd actually put all the trains together. You'll then have a couple of locos taking the wagons up and down the hill, and then you'd have a couple of locos at the top actually shunting them under the hoppers and filling them up.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, you'd bring your wagons up, just dump them, and then you'd go straight back down for your next lot. Or you'd bring your wagons up, you'd get onto another set of wagons that's there and waiting, you'd take them down.
Or your boiler's full.
When you get to the bottom, you'd dump them.
Shut off your injector, Sam.
Yep.
CCT Mitch is asking who made Mech Navvies. That was Tom Dibden, Dark DJ. In fact, I think that was one of his first ever reskins all those years ago. It was a very, very long time ago when this pack was released.
Yeah. But the reskins in it are still quite good.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who started reskinning, this is how they got their, or cut their teeth, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, I would like to have a go myself, come up with my own liveries for J94s.
Well, Rhys, next time you get enough free time, give us a shout and I'll walk you through it.
Well, perhaps we'll try it for one of the future live streams in the next few weeks then.
Yeah.
See if we could do a Rhys skin.
A Rhys skin, that's got to be the stream title right there.
It has. Apparently the cab looks good. Is the pack available? No, this is a private reskin for Over the Hills, which Sam did.
However, there is actually a reskin which uses an identical cab to this one, which will be on the Worth Valley Austerity, which will be coming with a Worth Valley expansion pack that Steam Sound Supreme hopefully still releasing. I need to chase them up on that because I haven't heard anything about it in quite a while. But in the event that they decide to cancel the pack for whatever reason, I'll just release the reskins I did for it myself anyway. So yes, there will be an opportunity to get this modified cab reskin.
Nabs Media Productions is asking you a question about something.
Would it be doable to give the BSC J94 Tavla buffers off the Falmouth Docks 040?
I don't think so. I think they're part of the model, aren't they?
Yeah. The buffers on the Austerity as well aren't child objects. So if you wanted to do that, what you'd have to do is you'd have to get someone to separately model new buffers for you in the same style as the Falmouth Docks ones. Get them made as static objects in the game, and then you could put them on the loco as child objects to cover up the existing buffers. But I think that's the only way you'd be able to do it.
CCT Mitch is asking, are there any good reskin packs? Yeah, there's plenty. I think this loco is actually the most reskinned loco in Train Sim.
Probably.
I don't think there are many other locos which have anywhere near as many reskins done.
Yeah. Donington Reskins has a few reskins of this loco. There's the pack that Tom did, although I don't know if that's still available or not. I've got 1 or 2 reskins on my page, although I really need to revisit it and do some more with it. I think that can be a thing, Rhys. We'll have to do a reskinning live stream.
Well, the thing is, it would be perfect to try and teach me how to do it because, well, I've never done it. Never even attempted it. So, if you could teach me how to do it, you can teach anyone how to do it.
Yep.
But it looks like after we get these wagons back down, we'll have a full formation.
Only 20 wagons?
Yeah. Well, they are 21 tonners. Actually, that being said, normally they would have been 40 of these, wouldn't they? On a Class 37.
I'm not entirely sure, but we do have another rake down there that we prepared earlier.
Yeah. We could go and get them.
Stick them on that. We could assemble that into one group.
The only thing I've just realised, though, I put the wagons we took down earlier, I put them at the far end of the siding. So we're going to have to run round, aren't we?
Either that or we're just going to have to shove them all up. Jonathan Laws has got an idea there. He thinks we should do a virtual footplate run with a GWR 2800 from Plymouth to Exeter with a rake of flatbeds. And maybe with a different rake, but I think 2800 stream with the 100 wagon challenge would be a good one.
That's not a bad idea, you know. I would like to give it a go. 100 private owner wagons.
Yeah.
That would be a good footplate run.
Yeah. Colliery, I don't think there are many, if any, modified whistles for the austerities. But you could always drop a message to Steam Sound Supremes asking politely if they'd consider doing a sound pack for the austerities.
More quaint small routes. Well, you want to get on the Steam Workshop and download the routes from Trolley Fodder.
Yep.
Because they're short routes, but they are some of the most detailed routes available.
Particularly the different Lecky Light Railway, which is the narrow gauge one, which I think may well be the most detailed route in Train Sim. He has done some changes to it since to cut it down, but I think at its peak that route had well over 8,000 assets in one single block.
Which is insane.
Like, absolutely insane. Generally speaking, for a route to look good, you want 1,000 to 2,000 assets in a block. If you go over that, it'll struggle when it's loading.
Mitch is asking if I've run my live streamers. No, but I have news about that. My company has decided that I'm going to have a bonus this month, or in the next couple of months, which is pretty good. 900 quid.
Well, hey.
So I'm going to use that money to buy... There's a company called Philcris, and they make trap bed for garden railways, but using like recycled plastic. So what I'm going to do is, it's going to cost about 500 quid, where I'm going to buy a load of that stuff, the trap bed stuff, and build my own garden railway at last.
Ah, that's great.
So finally I'll be able to get some engines out.
We will finally have the real life Peninfelli Railway.
the Peninfelli narrow gauge railway.
The Peninfelli Garden Railway. Transporting beers from the house to the other side of the garden since 2021.
With a stop at the barbecue for carrying burgers as well.
See, it's what you really want to get a garden railway for, isn't it? Just for transporting useless objects around your garden. Or, you know, for when you're having your barbecue in summer and you go, yeah, it's just bringing a drink from the kitchen. We'll just send the loco for it.
Well, I have seen it done in restaurants and stuff, and in bars with G-scale.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few derailments with that as well.
Yeah, there's a few outtakes. It doesn't always go very well. The other thing is, some of them, they've tried to do it a little bit too ambitiously. They've just tried to use like open wagons for carrying beers, whereas you need to have like a little wooden thing to hold.
Yeah.
To hold it steady inside the wagon.
Yeah. You need to have quite generous radiuses on your curves as well.
Yeah, because otherwise the free surface effect of the liquid just makes it tip over.
Yep.
Right, we're nearly loaded with the last wagon.
Lovely jubbly. Virtual footplate to be done with 813 on release, definitely.
Most definitely.
We'll likely do one with Nunlow when that's released as well, I reckon.
Most definitely. Probably on the Keighley-Worth Valley.
Be interesting. Hey, we could do a Break Van Ride live stream. Break Van Ride. Can show people the mass excitement of trundling up and down Ingra Yard like 50 times a day.
Yeah, that'd be good. What, charge everyone in the live stream 50 pence for a break van ride?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right then, we're heading off. Let's switch the points again. Duff. So, we need to figure out which road we're going to go in.
Go down that middle one between the two of them. If we go down that middle road, we can drop back to the bottom and we can stick as wagons on the bottom of the rake that's there.
Okay.
And then we could pick up the other 10 wagons by going onto the colliery end of them and drop them off up on the other side of that rake, and that'll be the rake of 40.
I didn't understand that, but okay. We'll figure it out when we get there. Which is better, 813 or 69023? I have no idea what 69023 is, and of course the answer is going to be 813.
where's that?
I'm assuming that that's the BR one.
Joam. Oh, Joam is the J72, I think.
Oh, right. Okay, I know what you know. Yeah.
Which is actually quite a nice engine, but it's still got to be 813. Why? Because 813 is a Hoodswell Clark.
There we go. Lucas Smith says, "How do you get all these routes? I can never find them." Mate, the link is in the description below. It's on Steam. You can download it.
Yeah, and I would certainly recommend it. I believe both the original route comes with just the Austerities, but this return one comes with the Austerities and the battery electric loco as well.
Yes, that's correct. It does.
And that battery electric loco is pretty much the only non-steam industrial engine in game, as far as I can think.
We're going down the hill again, full steam.
You mean we're going over the hills?
No way!
We've got to make one of those jokes every stream, Rhys. It's the law.
Navs Media Production says, what are my thoughts on the Great Western tanks being sold by Dovetail? Well, they've been released for several years now. They're just being re-released on Steam. There's not really much difference, to be honest. They've been available for a long time.
Yep, and Victory Works have actually had a chat about that, and they've basically said that Steam will give people keys to get the locos on Steam if they've already bought them, if they want the Steam version instead. But the Steam version is literally no different.
Well, oh, they will they?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
They put a post up about it.
I didn't know that, because I think I'll do that for the stuff I've bought from them.
Yeah, I don't know if it applies to everything or just the large heavy freight tanks, but I saw that and I thought, oh yeah, that's quite a nice arrangement there. Because, yeah, some people prefer having it on Steam as opposed to not.
Yeah, I think it's just easier if you have to reinstall your train sim. It just makes it easier and less things to think about.
Yeah.
Although I've actually got to start going through my train sim install and figuring out which DLCs I don't want installed anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's an awful lot of things, like the older ones, you know, so like the original Hall Pack and the original V2. I probably haven't played them in about 8 years.
It's just adding a lot of unnecessary files onto it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which is the best miniature railway, Cleethorpes or Romney? Technically speaking, it's not miniature, it's minimal. But either way, both answers are wrong because it's actually Ravenglass.
How did I know that was going to be an answer?
Yeah, I think there's 5 of them I can think of. There's Romney, there's Ravenglass, there's Kirklees, there's Bure Valley, and I cannot remember what the other one is. Yeah, it's Surreys. We want to keep going, and we want to stick the wagons we've got here on the end of the consist that's currently on our left.
Okay.
So we want to push them up onto there.
Yeah, I probably should have just left them at the other end, shouldn't I?
No, we want to push them up onto there. That was the plan.
It was the plan all along. I love the sounds. The wagons are actually making the proper sounds.
Yep. What's our boiler water level there? Is that 0.6 or 0.8? Well, 0.8, I don't need to worry.
And it's all loose coupled stock as well.
Yeah.
Let's get a little screeny shot of next to La Classe 37.
Probably want to watch the speed a bit there, Rhys.
I was going to say we're going to be heading up to another massive hill, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Tekken 37 is going to be a good idea.
Why?
Well, I've just got this vision of us taking the 37 and ending up going 100 mile an hour at the bottom of the hill.
No. Class 37, it's advanced, it's for sensible people. Only sensible people that drive advanced diesels.
Well, you had me at only sensible people, but then you said diesels, and I know what diesel bashers are like.
Insane.
Yeah. I mean, there's that well-known photo somewhere of someone like with a prayer mat praying to a Deltic.
Yeah, that's funny.
Which, yeah, it is funny, but it's like, yep, that's diesel veg.
Yeah, but there is also the story of the guy who stuck his gentleman sausage in the vacuum bag of Collect goods.
Yep, that's Great Western fans.
Yeah. Hey. Alright, one time. I mean, geez, you're never gonna let it go, are you?
Just like the bagpipe, never let it go.
25 inches, don't let go that easy. That would be an awkward explanation in the hospital, wouldn't it? Can you please explain what happened? Well,
God.
you see, the thing is...
Rhys, we're going on to the wrong wagons, but okay, we'll go that way.
No, we're not.
Well, I was going to say...
on our left.
Yeah, on the left of the screen.
No, you said on our left, and this was on our left.
Doesn't matter. We need to run around this set, then all the other set, and just stick one on the end of the other. And then I think you've got a brake van in the siding, haven't you?
There's a brake van. Oh god, stop! Why are we moving? Shut the brake!
Nice. Yeah, asking about the best 15-inch gauge loco. It depends what you mean by best, but I would probably say Northern Rock for that on the Ravenglass Railway. Which I think is the newest one. I think that were built in the 1970s. But that one was designed and built by Ravenglass, specifically for Ravenglass.
Now we are moving 420 tons.
And I should probably stop firing.
Okay, I've lost my keyboard control, Sam. Oh, no, it's back.
The engineer, yeah, Willenbeck is nice. Willenbeck rides really smoothly. When you're on Willenbeck, it is a very different experience, but Willenbeck was actually built by, I think it was built by Krauss. But in any case, it was built by builders of full-size locos. So it was built using sort of the same techniques and methods and designs, so that is to all extents and purposes a standard gauge loco shrunk down rather than a narrow gauge loco specifically designed for it.
I'm just sticking all the handbrakes on. Oh, that might be why it was difficult. The handbrakes were on. Yeah. I can hear the Class 37 in the background laughing at us.
Us? Laughing at
we're a
us?
team. We're a team.
Ah, man.
P. Herbert is saying press U. What does the U button do?
I think the U button's the ejector, isn't it?
Ejector. Is it?
For the brakes, yeah. I don't think we want to press that.
I just pressed it, it's a whistle.
Is it?
Ah, okay. I was pressing B and wondering why there wasn't a second whistle. Does sound a bit better.
What's our water level out there, Rhys?
660.
It's not going up, is it?
Is your injector on?
I thought it was.
Yeah, it's on now.
Yeah.
Wake up, lazy bones, why don't you work hard like me? And then he ran away laughing.
Diesel said, just you wait till I derail all your coal wagons.
One morning Ian wouldn't wake up. His driver and fireman couldn't make him start.
So they said, folk listen, went to the pub.
being a national coal board driver and fireman, yeah, they probably would have just called the fitter and started complaining.
Tell you what, that's something I would like to see actually. Thomas stories with negligent crews.
Well, what do you think over the hill? I mean, wait, what?
Yeah, but like Thomas stories, but retold for adults. Yeah, like Thomas went crashing through the wall of the station master's house. "Look what you've done to my bloody shed, man," said the station master.
Ian crashes into a pub. Oh god, now you triggered everybody. They're talking about the Thomas reboot.
Let's just not talk about it. Like, there's only so many times everyone can agree that it's bad.
Why makes a guard whistle noise? Oh, does it? Ah, okay.
But we have no guard.
I was gonna say, where is the guard? This is the National Coal Board, mate.
Wait, if there's a whistle, it must be a warning whistle.
Yeah, it's the guard saying, "Look out, you're about to crash."
It's probably saying, "Look out, you're driving."
I wouldn't blame him for that. Right, so we've loaded 20 of those wagons. We're forming a what's it called? Merry-go-round coal service for Aberfoyle Power Station. So we need at least another... We're halfway through, essentially.
We're halfway through.
Unless we just say screw it and marshal those two sets together.
Do we want to try taking 20 again with a run-up now we've got the fire a bit better and the engine a bit happier?
Well, we could try it, but...
Or do we want to go grab Mech Navvies and stick that on with us and double head it?
Do you know what? I am tempted to get Mech Navvies out because this live stream is actually called Mech Navvies. So it is supposed to be about Mech Navvies.
We could go up there and couple on and we could double head. As long as we don't switch on to that loco, we should be alright.
Oh, it's going to mess it around, isn't it?
Well, if we stop in our loco, it won't. If we move on to that loco, it would. So like
stuff it with the... Oh, I don't know. I'll just run Ian down onto this side in for now.
Right.
Or should we try 15 wagons this time? Because he seems to do alright with 10.
Yeah, but if we do 15, we'd still have to come back for 5 anyway.
Oh, yeah. So really then, we need Mech Navvies, don't we?
Yeah. I mean, we could try top and tailing.
Oh, so we go up there and then hook up there, is it?
Well, if we... Right, the two options we have, if we want to take Mech Navvies, we can either couple onto the wagons here and stick Mech Navvies on the back, then reverse onto it with Ian. Or we can just take Ian now and go straight onto the front of Mech Navvies and come back. But if we go on Mech Navvies and then onto Ian, it'll reset all the fire and water levels.
Oh, yeah. So we gotta go... Really, we gotta go and get Mech Navvies, haven't we?
Yeah.
Let's go. And before anyone says inaccurate speed, this is the National Coal Board. There's no such thing.
And it's also a Rhys and Sam stream.
Yes.
And we're in industrials.
Look at that, it's almost perfect for position.
There we are, it's like we've planned it.
Oh, don't tell me I can't switch the point.
You just need to go a little bit further, I think.
Oh, that is annoying.
So close yet so far. Yep.
Uh-oh. No. I can't shut the reg. Sam, I can't shut the reg. Oh, God. Brakes. I don't know what happened then, but the regulator just locked up. I couldn't...
I know what was happening. I was shutting the firebox.
Oh, okay. Oh, I hate it when Train Sim does this. You can't... There we go.
So this is another very industrial thing. If you can't make it with one engine, just stick more engines on it.
That's too many engines, said no one ever.
Yep. It's like at Foxfield when you'd have like 6 engines taking 10 wagons up the bank instead of just lightening the load, because they were like, nah, just stick another loco on, it'll be right.
I wonder why we're just slowing down and stopping so easily. Handbrake's not on, is it? No, that's on. That's off.
Is it because we're on a hill or on the flat, or...?
Well, we're on a very shallow gradient right now, but it just feels like the brakes are on.
We haven't got the steam brake on, all of that brakes on or something, have we?
The vacuum brake is showing 21 inches, so... Shouldn't be. Hello, Mech Navvies.
Gently does it, gently does it, gently does it. Full reg.
Whoops.
Right, we're coupled up then.
Oh, piss. Sorry, Sam. Yeah, I screwed your fire.
Ah, well.
Sorry, Sam. All that time, I might as well just... Jeez. Right, is the handbrake on that one? Nope.
Right, let's have a look at... have a look in the cab, please. Let's have a look at my dampers. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Let's go for it.
If at first you don't succeed, get another engine.
Yep. And if this doesn't work, we've got another 2 engines we can try.
Oh yeah, we got a 37 and a diesel thing.
Battery electric. We've got... Oh, that's a reskin idea right there.
What?
Duracell.
Why are we wheel slipping?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do it. Yeah, that's on the to-do list along with a Brasso milk churn.
What,
Have we got brakes on Mech Navvies by any chance?
No, I already checked that. Yeah, they're off.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna I'll have a look in the cab after. Right.
Yeah.
Where are we backing onto? So it was that road, which is set.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Reskin of the battery electric into Duracell livery.
That'd be good.
I don't mind doing novelty reskins. I quite enjoy it. Ooh, Joe Light Railway asks, which is the best 060 tank engine? That is... You really can't answer that question.
No, that's a very difficult one.
There's just so many, and the thing is, each one's designed for different jobs.
Steam Lance is saying it says your brakes are at 15%. Yeah, but that's the vacuum. So they're not actually applied.
Yeah, it's the scripting on this loco makes it a bit funny. James Scott Clark asks, could we see you guys do a virtual footplate on the Steamstone Supreme Stainmore route?
Funny you
Yes.
say that, because that was the plan for tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the original plan, but then we thought we want to do something that's a bit more... that requires a bit more thinking rather than just opening the reg.
Yeah.
Nice one, Rhys.
There we go. So 20 wagons on. So with 2 locos. I mean, Ian did alright with...
Didn't we?
Sorry?
We did actually couple up, didn't we?
Yeah. See?
Yeah, we did.
And we'll just check the handbrakes are off. So if you want to get your fire going, which I think is more or less there.
Before I do you want to just switch cabs and just make sure that the reverser is in forwards? Because I think that's something you need to do with it. And we may have to, once we get going, we may have to open the reg manually.
Yeah.
But we'll stick in Let's Loco for now.
I can hear the Class 37 in the background is just like giggling away. It's like, you can't do it. We're set for the correct road anyway.
Ooh. Nav's Media Production has a nice idea for me, like reskin the battery loco to Cadbury Bourneville livery. You know, I might just do that.
It's not a bad idea. Oh, do you know what we should have done, Sam?
What?
We should have put the brake van on the front.
Yeah, but we'll just have to do another shunt wheel out when we get back.
It's okay. Right there.
But if we had multiplayer, one of us could just hop off and go grab it.
I know. If only we had multiplayer. So
Why is our boiler pressure plummeting?
It's done that a couple of times.
Right, screw it, let's go. Ready when you are, Rhys?
Yeah, sorry, I was just texting.
No.
Right, do we want to run up, or are we just gonna try it?
Let's just go for it, see what we can do.
Right then. What could possibly go wrong? We'll get her up to a bit of speed. Sanding. Oh, she's wheel slipping. Sanders on.
Yeah, you might have gone a bit too quick too soon there.
Right. Notch her up. Nope. 66. Come on. Come on.
Try going into the other loco.
Right.
There we are. Just remember we'll need to shut off again. Oh, look at that. What's better than one austerity?
Two
Two austerities.
And this is the steepest part.
We're making it. Haha, look, it's my favourite train sim camera view.
Just trying to find one that is semi-decent, but there aren't any. So I just have to do it manually.
Honestly, I hate like camera reviews so much. Like, why can't it just work?
That is some proper industrial thrash we got going on, Sam.
It's great, isn't it? I just think one day, in a few years' time, this might be 813 and Nunlow double heading up the hill instead.
It might be. It's actually doing alright with quite a considerable hefty load on.
Well, it's basic maths. Double the wagons, double the locos.
Yeah. And
Of course,
actually,
that's not how adding locos onto trains actually works, but we'll roll with it.
it's good enough.
If it works, it works. It's train sim. It's train sim doesn't think as much as real life physics do.
No. I think we'll just dump Mech Navvies up here somewhere, shall we?
Yeah, we can do.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. G5BTB5G, some wonderful username, says, have you got enough brake force? It's a good point, going down the other side. Might be a problem.
We'll find out. Like I said, I reckon we'll be fine once we get onto the flat. We'll probably end up speeding as we go down the hill, and then when we get on the flat we should be able to hold it before we get to the other hill.
Ooh, boiler water levels 38%.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have just noticed something else interesting actually. If you want to just quickly flick back to the other reskin.
Yeah, the tank.
Yep. Just another little detail I added into it. Although there is actually a really easy fix for that because it uses the same texture, it just uses it in a different folder.
Oh god. Don't say we ain't gonna stop now.
Don't stop me now, I'm having such a good time.
I messed up. Couldn't stop. Oh god, stop. Even light, these wagons are pretty heavy.
Yeah, like I said, I think the train sim physics doesn't really take into account loading and unloading.
Right then, let's pull forward. I don't think we're gonna fit past there, are we?
Probably not. I mean, I reckon we could, but it'll be a tight squeeze.
I'm gonna give it a go because I really fancy the challenge.
See, this is why we have accidents, Rhys.
I know.
We've got another 4 tracks we could use to get past, but nope, we're going to go for the tightest one.
Yeah. Come on, Sam. Are you a man or a mouse?
Squeak.
Squeak, squeak. Let's just save it there real quick.
Like how you're that uncertain. You not only saved it once, but you saved it twice.
Yeah. Power. Ah, it's fine, look.
Plenty of room.
You could get a freaking Great Western King through there.
Ooh, sugar.
Yeah, we're priming now. Chucking
Only-
the entire contents of the boiler through the chimney.
Well, we're just cleaning out the coal chutes.
Yeah.
That's my excuse.
So speeding on national coal board metals was very heavily frowned upon, but it wasn't a strict ban.
It was heavily frowned upon, but no one did anything about it. But of course, we're going back to the days of steam, where you looked out the window and you went, how fast are we going? About 1 bush a minute.
I mean, that's how City of Truro did 100 miles an hour after all.
Yep. We went, oh yeah, that's milepost, that's milepost, that's milepost. Right, we're going this fast.
I mean, it is actually a relatively good system, really.
It's fairly accurate too, as long as you count your mileposts properly and don't miss one. Yeah, I always remember a story from Worth Valley when I were on one at Galas with Nunlow, and we were telling Worth Valley driver, don't forget, Nunlow's only supposed to do 15 mile an hour because anything more than that gets a bit shaky. They said, 15? I don't know what that looks like, I only know 25. Which I found quite funny, but it kind of goes to show, like, on a lot of engines you don't actually have speeders, and you do have to learn how to drive it by
eye.
how fast the scenery goes by. Yeah.
See, now that we've added Mech Navvies on the back, we're wheel slipping.
Yeah, it's done something weird. Look, the wheels aren't moving on Mech Navvies.
They are?
Are they?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. I couldn't see the rod going round, Len. It looked like it was still. King in NCB colours or Mallard in NCB colours.
Oh god, what a way to trigger the purists.
I'm tempted now just because I like triggering the purists.
Oh, we're losing steam quite heavy there.
I blame your poor driving.
Yeah, well, I blame your poor firing. Just for that, I'm going to stick the reg through the roof.
Just like I'm gonna completely and totally fill the firebox up.
That's what I want to hear. Fuel the hatred. It fuels me.
Just for that, I'm gonna hold down shift when you're trying to shut off steam.
Ooh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
That's harsh. So we're dragging a loco behind us and we're going to do some filling of wagons.
Or, you know, try to.
We're going to attempt. At least we've cut the time in half down now for filling 20 wagons.
Yep.
Because we got 20 wagons up the hill instead of 10. Because otherwise it would have been double the length of the live stream.
Yep.
Plus the other thing I forgot to mention is we're going to take the class 37 down the hill.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out how to start up and everything. Because it's an advanced diesel.
Well, that's going to be good.
Oh, is the firebox door open or something?
Dampers.
Look at the firebox glow.
Yep. Let's try, Ah! Don't want that. That's better.
Right, we're coupled up.
Maybe the firebox is open. Oh yeah, I am. I'm chucking coal in.
The yellow lining really does stand out, doesn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I wanted to go for sort of maroon and cream for this, which I believe was quite a standard Hunslet-Hudswell colour scheme. I think their works livery was something similar to that.
Oh guys, 10 o'clock. Goodness.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies by when you're the driver of a train and I ride on the foot. Ah, fucking hell, I fell off it. Right, back to our favourite view. We've got 20 wagons to load, so if I could get it going at like 0.5 miles per hour, I'd just keep the train rolling and not stop,
Yeah.
do it American style. I have heard stories from the National Coal Board was they did actually run like that in some places.
Yeah, I suppose if you can move slow enough to fill it up, then why not?
Probably might want to stop firing.
Nah, it'll be right. It'll be right.
Right, why won't you stop? Stop, you silly wagon.
Because you told me to start firing, so your brakes wouldn't work.
Ah.
Or stop firing. Ralph, stop playing with your whistle.
Oh, that wagon didn't fill.
No, you'll have to go back and do it again.
We missed it.
We can't be missing no wagons, Rhys. Loudocker's pay for that.
I thought they actually just carried on. Oh my god, it's only half full. We're actually going to have to go back and fill it. I thought it just automatically went to the top. Oh well.
Well, you gotta wait for it to fill up, haven't you?
Not always. Like, sometimes as soon as you press T, then the animation starts. Well, it's a new one for me. Well, we're going to have to push forward.
Just can't get the staff.
I'm not paid enough as National Coal Board. I'm on strike.
We should go for the traditional way of paying navvies, and you'll just get paid in steak and beer instead.
Oh, mate. If I could be paid in steak and beer, I would never leave the job. Right, let's try again.
There we go, it's filling up now.
In terms of the Peninfelli Railway, how far away is Maerdy from the Peninfelli Railway? Do you know what? I don't actually know, but I'm going to probably say it's about 40 miles or so. 30, 40 miles. Because Maerdy is somewhere. It's definitely somewhere.
Maerdy is Maerdy.
I'm trying to think of... Because it's not far from Merthyr, I believe. And it's about half an hour, 40 minutes drive from part where the Peninfelli Railway is based. So, yeah. Maerdy is near Rhondda. Oh, okay, Rhondda, not Merthyr. I was in the wrong... Probably in the wrong valley then. I'd have to have a good look on the map. I don't think I've ever been to Maerdy.
I know I certainly haven't.
Well, no, you're from Yorkshire. You don't believe in Wales.
Wales doesn't exist, it's just propaganda.
It is propaganda. The same as the language, Sam. Oh, God. Oh god, I couldn't go live stream without mentioning it. Oh.
You're a disgrace to your country, Rhys.
I know. I'm gonna be hung, drawn, and quartered at some point.
Gonna be lynched.
Probably.
You'll be lynched by the sheep. They'll be turning up at your door in the middle of the night wearing balaclavas.
Oh god. Al Qaeda sheep. It'd just be Al Qaeda sheep coming up to my door going, Cumbrian Bath, and then blowing themselves up.
Yeah, it's always nice, isn't it, when you get positive comments from the viewers of your videos.
I know, right? But hey, this is my channel, and I've been running this channel since 2006, and since 2006 I've been dealing with absolute morons.
Well, if you want something that'll make you feel old, Rhys, when you started this channel, I was only 6 years old.
Oh, good God, Sam. It was in a much different place back then. I mean, I was just messing around with 00 gauge models.
Yeah, and to be fair, YouTube itself was different back then.
It was a very different... Right, pressing the T key apparently doesn't work. Ah, now it does.
It doesn't work if you're shutting off the water.
Ah, maybe that's why. Okay,
Yep.
So fire mass is now 1300. You've probably shoveled about 400 tons of coal on the fire.
Yeah, I thought I'd shut that off.
We got 500 gallons of water left and about 4 tons of coal.
Well, if we run out of coal, you can just shove forwards a bit.
Or just fill it straight from the...
Why not?
From the drop... From the thing, the loader.
Yeah, why not? Heard stories before about industrials based at power stations that used to get all the distilled water from power stations and used to have really good boiler life because of it. Because obviously distilled water means you don't have any crap in it to corrode the boiler.
I mean, I think it was the Severn Valley Railway that do boiler water treatment.
Well, a lot of railways do it. We use water treatment on the Worth Valley. There's a guy that actually goes around regularly and just takes a little pot of water from our engines and it gets checked to make sure that it's safe.
Because it really does make a huge difference to your tubes, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it makes a massive difference. Because everywhere in the country has different types of water. There's actually a lot of chemistry that goes into your water. But yeah, if you've got hard water, that's when it's got a lot of chemicals in. So that's stuff like when it's run through your limestone and it's picked it all up in the water. And when you boil that in the water, all that gets left behind and stuck on all your tubes and it really badly corrodes them. So that's why you have water treatment, to stop it from corroding on them. But yeah, your water quality really does make a huge difference to the life of your engines.
How many more wagons have we got to go? Oh, we're only halfway through.
Rhys, you made the mistake, Len.
What?
You looked back.
I looked back.
You never look back.
No, you just keep going until you're done.
If you keep looking this way, you've only ever got one more wagon to do.
Yeah, this is true. And so far, I've only messed up loading one of them, so I think that's not a bad...
That's not bad going. What, 39 out of 40 success rate?
Yeah. 95%.
Without screwing up again.
95% success rate. Aww. I bought a bag of crisps for doing this live stream. I completely forgot about them. Oh well, I'll save them for next time. Well, it's been something different, doing some loading of wagons. Doing National Coal Board, coal mines, that sort of thing. And then 40 wagons down the hill with a Class 37 is the next part.
Yep.
Although it is a virtual footplate, Sam, so should we bother doing that bit?
We'll get the train assembled and we'll see what we feel like, I think. I mean, we are NCB workers tonight. We might just fuck off to the pub instead.
Yeah. There's a lovely pub round here. They serve ham, egg and chips for a £5.
£5? God, let's... What area are we in? We've got a BR diesel and BR blue. We've got to be in, what, 70s, 80s?
Alright, let's try again. £1.35.
That's still quite expensive.
Comes with a pint of beer as well.
It's a bit more tempting.
Do you want a fried egg on the top?
Or
a piece of pineapple to go with it?
Well, I mean, the thing is, Rhys, I'm a Yorkshireman, and, you know, I don't like parting with my money.
Of course you can have Yorkshire pudding. I'm sure they'll do you a Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, do you know what? That's something I really want now, fried Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, God, tell me about it. You know those really big ones?
Yes.
I could just
like
go...
a massive Yorkshire pudding. You know, I could eat them as snacks.
I could literally go in the freezer, pull one out, cook it, and just eat it right now. So hungry.
Right, it's settled, Len. We're going through a Yorkshire pudding after this.
Yeah. Going to pub for Yorkshire pudding.
Off to pub for Yorkshire pudding and gravy.
You know, I'm totally going to be adding that sort of stuff to Over the Hills, right? You know, where the volunteers go to the pub after a day on the railway.
It needs to be done. In fact, what you need to do is you need to go listen to that BLS CD.
You've been telling me non-stop to go and listen. How long is it, by the way?
I don't actually know. It's only about an hour or so. It's not massive.
Oh, it's not something I can do tonight. Then I will watch it. I promise.
Well, you need to listen to it, not watch it. There's nothing there to watch.
Oh, it's audio, is it?
Yeah. But what I would suggest is listening to it while you're at your laptop or something and taking notes on it.
It's a good idea.
Just because there is an absolute gold mine of stuff in there. Because it's a mixture of like songs and poems and interviews with the guys from BLS about what happened.
Yeah.
So it's very much from a volunteer's perspective.
Yeah.
So they mention stuff like, you know, going to the pub for pints afterwards and all that kind of stuff.
We're getting to the point where I'm letting the brakes off and opening the reg, and then straight away putting the brakes back on again because the amount of chain going taut is so long that it's actually enough for one wagon to go past the loader.
Yep. But you are doing a pretty good job of it. You've not missed a wagon yet.
Well, I've half filled one.
You've half filled it, but that still meant like you had it in the right place to get it half full in the first place.
That was a simple mistake, that.
Yeah.
See, now I put the brakes on now.
Yep.
But we're still rolling, still rolling, still rolling. And under the hopper. Joe Light Railway, what are you on about now? I'm just looking at the chat and he's saying, do you think that Thomas was female? I mean, what?
I mean, I suppose if you're going for the fact that, you know, people generally refer to steam trains as she rather than he, then maybe, but the fact that he was also Thomas and he was expressly given the name Thomas and referred to as he kind of makes it like he's male, so...
Kind of. Brakes on.
I mean, this is why you can't really think too much about the Thomas universe.
If you overthink it, it just makes less and less sense.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting there, Sam.
You looked back again, didn't you?
I know, I did. We're almost there.
We're almost there. Welsh Firefly, how do you do a virtual footplate? It's a good question. In short, me and Rhys are talking over Discord. Rhys has Train Simulator open on his computer, and we're using a program called Parsec. And Parsec is basically like a remote desktop program. So essentially what it means is that I can control Rhys's computer from my computer. So it's essentially like me digitally plugging my keyboard and mouse into Rhys's computer. So we're only playing on one instance of Train Sim, but I have keyboard and mouse control as well as Rhys.
And it is something that Train Sim isn't actually designed to do. So if you try it, it's kind of on your own head, be it.
Yeah, it's a bit buggy.
It is a bit buggy. There are a few instances, where I've said, oh, I don't have keyboard control. That's because Sam is doing something with the injectors, and if I try and do something, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
So,
I think you can only input like 3 keys or something at a time. So if I need to press Shift F, for example, to close a firebox, and Rhys needs to press E and W to move the reverser, one of us won't be able to do it because it's trying to put in 4 keys at once and it can only manage 3. So there are lots of weird stuff like that. If I hold down Shift F to close the firebox and Rhys is trying to move the camera will jump around a lot because it goes a lot quicker when you press Shift.
Oh,
So,
don't say I've missed one.
Ooh, it's close. But yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than nothing. Yeah, you've missed it, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
We overshot.
You've overshot again, Ralph.
So my success rate has gone from 95 to 90%. I could hear you shoveling. Are you shoveling all the coal off the floor underneath the hopper that's missed the wagon?
I'm not actually shoveling.
And you?
No.
I can actually hear you shoveling.
I wonder if Mech Navvies is shoveling.
Oh, maybe. Oh, we missed one. Gonna have to push forward. Now that it's right at the other end, it's getting a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
We gotta push the whole length of it now. Brakes on. And then when all the wagons go tight, theory it should stop in the right place.
In theory.
It's amazing how it just keeps going. There you are. Now it's stopped.
Yeah. It's going back again now.
Oh god. But is it enough is the question. Is it enough
It's like
to fill?
a giant elastic band, isn't it?
The train is springing back. No. No. Please don't go anymore.
That cloud should shut off when it gets past it, I think.
Yeah, it will. We might just about get away with it,
It's close.
Oh, come on.
It's very close.
I'm going to take that as a win.
Yes.
We only just made that.
I think it has stopped just a bit short, I think, but it's
It's close enough. I think
close enough, it'll be right.
this is
Well, the
good as a...
NCB, we don't mind dwindling as customers out of a bit of coal.
Nah. This is going to be very heavy going down.
Yeah. We're going to have to make sure we've got a clear road to run through, aren't we?
I don't know how we're going to do this, because are we going to be able to start it up again?
Yeah. Probably. Maybe.
Stop. Hey, Oliver Pocock's in the chat. Hello, Oliver. Welcome to the video. Hope you're doing alright.
Welcome to the house of fun.
Whatever these wagons, the sounds are good. Do you know what? I'm genuinely not sure which pack these are from. But they're not bad. I think maybe it is Meshtools, but... Oh, maybe they come with the Super D. Oh, I don't know. I think we only got one more wagon to go, Sam.
Last wagon. We should leave that one empty and fill it up with passengers instead.
Yeah, we'll just fill it with rail enthusiasts.
We'll have to, if we go down and we shouldn't under the hopper next to this one, we'll just get a load of people fall out instead.
Oh, St. Gloriana Railway Gaming Channel is there. He likes the ones from Meshtools Super D. I'm not sure if it is these ones, though. I think it possibly is. They're good for fly shunting, apparently. Yeah, well, that makes sense, considering these, they like to do their own thing. We're nearly there. We've loaded all the wagons, chaps. All of the wagons.
How long's that taken us? About,
well,
10, 15 minutes?
Longer than that. I'd say we've been doing these 20 for at least 20 minutes now. Right, that's all the wagons loaded.
Are we ready?
No.
Right, we're ready.
I think we may have to pin some brakes down, Sam.
Yeah, let's stick all of them on just to be safe.
I've put 15 on, just for now.
Right. Oh, I should probably have a look at my fire and my water.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my fire's alright for a bit.
Yeah, your fire's fine, but you got 50% water.
Yeah, we'll need some more in there.
Where is your brake van, said the Colliery man. Said no NCB man ever.
Brake van, what's that? We just stick a red tail lamp on the back and we don't always bother with that. Well, it's brown trousers time, Rhys.
It is. We've got to figure out which road we're going in as well.
That one should be alright, although I'd prefer to go through one that's a bit of a smoother entry to it.
We don't really have a lot of choice, to be honest.
Can we go through that one to the left of those wagons, so the next tree road along?
That one?
Yeah. It looks a bit smoother there if we overrun it, that's what I'm thinking.
What could possibly go wrong?
We could crash and derail after all that hard work. But if we do, we'll just go to the pub because we're NCB and we don't care.
Oh god. This is where it all goes horribly wrong, Sam.
Yep.
Oh god.
We're actually doing alright, Rhys.
Well, we are on the steep part now. Holding a steady 14 miles an hour.
Yeah, that'll be right.
Nothing bad has ever happened on a steep hill with a heavy freight train.
It's true.
Rhys and Sam 2K21.
About 5 seconds before horrifically derailing with a runaway freight train on a big hill.
The runaway train came down the track and she blew.
Wee wee.
The runaway train came down the track and she blew. The runaway train came down the track with whistle wide and throttle black and she blew, 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 blew. Apparently, leaving Mech Navvies on the back was a good idea.
Yeah, the dodgy brakes are advantageous. And
Although we are accelerating.
I'll be right. We'll hold it back when we get on the flat.
I could put a bit of resistance on with the engine.
Hold back, hold back.
Yeah, she needs a bit of resistance by the look of it.
Yeah, she'll be right.
It was 17 miles an hour. Although it's only a little bit over the speed limit, so it's not too bad.
You could get away with 2 miles an hour from what you could see going by out the window.
Right, we're back in the yard, so we just got to regain control.
I mean, I think we actually want to run a bit over anyway, because we're going to have to push these wagons back up onto the others.
That is true. That's some wonderful track work going on there, isn't it?
It's lovely, isn't it, having that unevenness in the track.
Look at that, that is beautiful.
See, we complain about train sim a lot, but occasionally you just get something like that where the physics just work really nicely.
Every now and then it does come up with a golden nugget, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's times like that, it reminds me why I do love the game. Despite all the bitching, I do love this game.
See, I wouldn't say I don't like the game, I'd just say I wish it were better. But
It could be,
it could be better, but it's not bad for what it is. You know, it is still quite an enjoyable train game.
God, we got quite a way to go to get these wagons out of the way to go back onto that road.
Yeah, and when we do, we're going to have to make sure we push them up enough to clear the points so the 37 can get onto them.
Oh yeah, there's that. I'm just concerned about going too far down this way, because I'm pretty sure beyond that signal the gradient just like falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
Come on Ian, you could do it. Would help. Let's take some brakes back off.
That's awfully brave.
It is awfully brave. It's probably a very stupid thing to do, but we're gonna do it. Not that much further. Oh no, the speed is holding steady, which is not a great sign. We're nearly there, Sam. We're nearly there. Speed's dropping, which is good. It means we haven't got off the cliff yet.
That is good.
If the speed's dropping, it means we're still on relatively level track. We're nearly there. Right, brakes on.
I think we may have just gotten away with that.
As long as we could actually stop. There we go. Come on in. Full
Right
steam.
away. NCB's got it on. NCB's hit the nail on the head there, no pun intended. Here at NCB, we can't afford maintenance, so we just give the track a clout and it berate. Rhys, look at what you're doing to poor Ian's tyres.
I know. See, look, if you let it wheel slip enough, it'll eventually get grip.
Or you'll end up with a blue Peter.
Square wheels.
And you won't have anything left to get a grip. Either way, the wheel spinning will eventually stop on its own.
Now we can do. Right. Are we going to be able to stop this load of... what's this? 420 tons right now. It's 400...
You are...
Go on.
You are braking, aren't you?
No.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh good.
Just going into reverse. Oh god. Take the speed off, take the speed off. Yeah, speed's down is fine. Let it run, let it grow. Oh no, no, no! Oh, we're about a foot away.
Yeah, and now you're going to have to deal with all the springiness in it.
Oh, we got to buffer up, but deal with the springiness. So I'm just going to put a little bit of power on. And just let the gaps squeeze up first.
I think we've actually cleared the side in there as well.
I think we might have. Right, where's the moving wagons? There they are.
It is. This is one thing I do love about trains. I love watching uncoupled wagons take up the slack.
Brakes.
That'll do.
That'll do him. And that's it.
Just need to go grab the brake van, plonk it on the back, and then that's our job done. It's BR's problem now.
Yep. We can go screw off to the pub and let the 37 deal with it. That'll do.
That'll do.
Just put all the handbrakes on.
The guy with the horrifically unpronounceable username says battery loco for the brake van. We could go grab the battery loco for the brake van, I suppose.
No. Well, it's a virtual footplate run. We'll actually do it properly.
Crikey, did you hear that, guys?
I know, right? What am I saying? But we should have pushed it up a little bit further to be clear at that point, but eh.
Yeah, I'll be right.
The 37's right there, so whatever.
Yeah, 37 won't need to clear that point for it.
If any of you watching do any route building, have a go with this route and add the VP grass pack to it.
Yeah, and something else I would suggest having a look at this route. I would have a look at this route, Stainmore, because Stainmore has a few Colliery assets in it, and a lot of nice generic route building assets. But I would like to see what any route builders out there can do with a mixture of the Maerdy packs, the Stainmore pack, and the VP scenery packs.
See? Works a treat.
If in doubt, full reg. We
got a pub to go to. Oh, 40 mile an hour through Maerdy siding. Oh god. Let's hope the points are alright. I might have overshot, Sam. It's alright, the hill will stop us.
You don't even need to stick it into reverse.
No, I just let her come to a stand and we'd go get that brake van. Yeah, look. Didn't even have to stop, just go straight backwards.
Ugh, I'm backwards.
Navs Media Productions is asking, will Di sport the PVR livery?
Yes and no. Di will wear a PVR livery, but it won't be this PVR livery.
It would be interesting to see what he'd look like in this one.
It would. I could do it as a reskin, but yeah, I have a slightly different plan for Di.
Oh god, Sam.
Brake.
Handbrake's on.
But yeah, we're waiting for a slightly better 7F than the original Kuju one before having a crack at that. But it won't be in BR Black straight away on account of the fact that when a lot of Heritage Railways were starting, Steam still existed on BR and they wouldn't let Heritage Railways use BR liveries. So that's why you got so many interesting liveries at the start, because BR insisted upon it so that it wasn't affecting their commercial business.
Ah.
So yeah, I'll let you all keep guessing liveries for that.
I'm not sure what's going on with this. There we go. That's better. Train Sim was derping out a little bit then.
Train Sim or you?
Train Sim.
Yeah,
it was definitely Train Sim.
What's that water level saying? Is that 6-1?
Yeah.
Oh good, I thought it were 0-1 for a second then and I were about to get incredibly panicky.
Right, what's the quickest way to get back onto that line?
Ah, now we're doing proper NCB talk.
That's how it's done.
What's the quickest way to get to the pub?
If we put the wagons there, then they'll roll down the hill on their own without us pushing them, and we don't have to do any more work.
We'll stick a brakeman on the end and then it's his problem.
Look at the speed come off when I shut the reg.
Well, it is like a 1 in 20 something gradient, isn't it?
Yeah, 1 in 29.
1 in 29. Whew. You know, that could be a scene from Over the Hills right there, Rhys.
What's that? What,
Well, the
wasn't it?
2 Austerities and the brake van.
We only have 1 austerity though.
Well, at the moment.
I should probably check which road we need to go in, which is that long one. Duff.
Oof.
Buffett went.
Oof it went.
Oh, there's a brake van view.
Ah.
Tidy. Will be the shunter standing terrified, holding on to the handrail in the brake van.
There's a question for everyone, actually. What would you say are the best brake vans in Train Sim?
Oh, that's a good question.
And I ask it for a valid reason, because I'm going to have a go at doing an NCB reskin pack for a few things. And I'd like to know what brake vans people think I should use for it.
Well, the one I would think is probably the best modelled one is the Victory Works Toad.
Yeah.
But it only comes in GWR Grey.
Yeah, and VW textures can be a bit awkward, so I might not be able to do that.
Yeah, that's another thing.
There's a few interesting ideas there. I think it would want to be, I think I ideally want to have a look at a standard BR 20-ton van. I think they were 20 tons. But there's quite a lot of different versions of them.
Right, we're good.
Right, let's get the locos on shed. We'll leave them for someone else to dispose of, and we'll go to the pub for a Yorkshire pudding.
Hell yeah. Call Aunt Bessie, we'll get that Yorkshire on the go. Right, I'm not sure what's going on here. There we go. Break.
Yeah, it does help if you uncouple.
It would help normally, wouldn't it? Wait, this is an LMS brake van, but it's got GWR on it.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the Queen Mary is a nice one, but it's not really suitable for the NCB. The NCB ones, I believe, are pretty much just four-wheel brake vans. There may have been some pre-grouping ones, I need to do a bit more research into it.
I don't recall seeing that many NCB brake vans apart from like the XLMS ones, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they had too many, but like I was saying in that chat the other day with Chris, the problem with the NCB is that there's so much variety in the stock. You know, all the locos are different, all the wagons are different, all the passenger stock is different, everything's different.
Right, which siding are we going to be shunted to? Engine shed.
Yeah.
It's time to go to the pub.
Pub.
It would be nice to see the Maerdy monster modelled as well.
Honestly, just any industrials.
This game needs more industrials.
It does.
Oops. Are we on a level gradient? Oh, we're actually going uphill to get into this part.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people are suggesting the 20-ton northeastern toad from the Super D, so I think I'll have a look at that one and see what it's like.
That might be a good shout. Oh. Yeah, sorry guys, there won't be a derailment tonight.
We've worked too hard to derail. And if we derail, we've got to fill in a lot of paperwork instead of going to the pub.
I know, can't possibly have that.
But if we do, I'm ditching Rhys to do it and I'm fucking off.
I can't read and write.
Perfect, we've both got excuses, let's go.
That's it, we don't need to stay. How can you do paperwork if you can't read and write?
Well, you can't read and write and I need my Yorkshire pudding.
Exactly.
As a Yorkshireman, it's like part of my human rights. Ah, yes, we've got a classic later period NCB engine shed here. As you can tell by the lack of a shed.
The shed is slightly missing.
Yeah, but only slightly. We'll put up for sale on eBay. One shed partially intact. One not so careful previous owner.
Well, there we go, guys.
There we go.
It is 11:15. We've been running for almost 3 hours.
Just quite a long time it'd be just shunting.
Consider we've only loaded, what, 40 wagons?
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be getting a very big paycheck from the NCB.
Well, no, we're going to go blow it all on beer anyway. Right then. I think that's probably a good place to leave it. What do you think?
So do I.
Yep. Well, there we go, chaps. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. It was a bit of shunting for us. I hope it wasn't too boring. And to be fair, the live stream is called Mech Navvies. We didn't really use Mech Navvies an awful lot there, did we?
Not really, but we did a bit.
Only a little bit. So I'm not sure what the plan is for the next live stream for the virtual Footplate, but we were thinking about running on Stainmore, so hopefully we can we'll go through with that.
Yeah, we've also got to look at doing a reskin tutorial at some point.
Yeah.
Which is another possibility. So
we got a few things to come up. We got the run on Stainmore. We got a run on the Cockermouth and Penrith Railway. We're gonna do.
Yeah, we've got an updated one with that at some point. I think we were looking at a run on Stainmore on the northeastern section with something northeastern, and then a look at doing the Shap section with the LNWR Greater Britain, when the LNWR coach is currently being worked on from Matrix trains come out.
Yeah, that'll be quite a good run. Then we're going to do the Super D over Woodhead. That was another plan.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
That will be interesting.
And the Just Trains V2 on the East Coast Main Line was another one as well.
That was the other one. I think that's all the ones we had planned.
I would like to run the Britannia as well at some point.
Yeah.
Perhaps Welsh Marches or something.
Ooh, that'd be good.
That'll be interesting, wouldn't it? Britannia
That'll be a challenge.
on the Welsh Marches. Because that is a decent loco, actually, the Britannia.
Yeah.
Alright, chaps, we'll call it a day, I think. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Remember to rate, comment, like and subscribe. And we'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.